Why buy one copy when you could have 5? Johannes Eisele, Getty Images. Over the weekend, former President Barack Obama released lists of his favorite books, movies, and TV shows from 2019, and once again the internet is ablaze with fond reminiscences of the good old days when the empire had better table manners. Comparing reading and viewing habits have always struck me as a strange way to judge politicians. It doesn't really matter if the boot stamping on a human face knows it is alluding to Orwell. But if taste is a notoriously unreliable measure of virtue, let alone presidential ability, it's an extremely reliable measure of taste. So here is a list of every book Donald Trump recommended on Twitter in 2019. As you'll see, while Barack Obama's list represents a broad sampling of the planet's cultural output, Trump's interests are narrower. Much narrower. Fall of Collusion, The Plot to Rig an Election and Destroy a Presidency, by Andrew C. McCarthy. The Case Against Socialism, by Rand Paul. The Case for Nationalism, How It Made Us Powerful, United, and Free, by Rich Lowry. The Case for Trump, by Victor Davis Hanson. Choosing the Extraordinary Life, God's 7 Secrets for Success and Significance, by Robert Jeffress. Deep State Target, How I Got Caught in the Crosshairs of the Plot to Bring Down President Trump, by George Papadopoulos. Exonerated, The Failed Takedown of President Donald Trump by the Swamp, by Dan Bongino. Game of Thorns, The Inside Story of Hillary Clinton's Failed Campaign and Donald Trump's Winning Strategy, by Doug Weed. The Harder You Work, The Luckier You Get, by Joe Ricketts. Inside Trump's White House, The Real Story of His Presidency, by Doug Weed. Justice on Trial, The Kavanaugh Confirmation and the Future of the Supreme Court, by Molly Hemingway and Carrie Severino. R. Lost Declaration, America's Fight Against Tyranny from King George to the Deep State, by Mike Lee. Paloma Wants to Be Lady Freedom, by Rachel Campos Duffy. The Plot Against the President, The True Story of How Congressman Devin Nunes uncovered the biggest scandal in U.S. history, by Lee Smith. Power Grab, The Liberal Scheme to Undermine Trump, the GOP, and Our Republic, by Jason Chaffetz. Radicals, Resistance, and Revenge, The Left's Plot to Remake America, by Janine Pirro. The Real Deal, My Decade Fighting Battles and Winning Wars with Trump, by George A. Sorial and Damian Bates. Rebuilding Sergeant Peck, How I Put Body and Soul Back Together After Afghanistan, by John Peck. Davogay Raw, and Terry Bivens. Resistance, At All Costs, How Trump Haters Are Breaking America, by Kimberly Strassel. Sacred Duty, A Soldier's Tour of Arlington National Cemetery, by Tom Cotton. Still Winning, Why America Went All In on Donald Trump and Why We Must Do It Again, by Charles Hurt. Taken for Granted, How Conservatism Can Win Back the Americans That Liberalism Failed, by Gianno Caldwell. Triggered, How the Left Thrives on Hate and Wants to Silence Us, by Donald Trump Jr. and Freedom of the Press, by Mark R. Levin. What Really Happened? How Donald J. Trump Saved America from Hillary Clinton, by Howie Carr. Why We Fight, Defeating America's Enemies, with No Apologies, by Sebastian Gorka. Witch Hunt, The Story of the Greatest Mass Delusion in American Political History, by Greg Jarrett. With All Due Respect, Defending America with Grit and Grace, by Nikki R. Haley. Wow, those are definitely all books. As for TV and movies, besides his constant bragging about The Apprentice and obsessive love for Fox, from Midnight Cowboy to Deliverance to The Champ, one of the best ever boxing movies. Also, loves the USA, Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump, December 27, 2019. While it's impossible to predict which books, movies, and television shows Donald Trump will recommend in 2020, it seems like it's extremely easy to predict why he will recommend them. Start retitling your upcoming work now. Let's block ads. Why?